Hi world, it's 9:45 in the morning on the 8th of July. I've been doing a bit of pondering in the last 24 hours on the nature of various levels of astrology. Astrology itself is a way of measuring time and symbolically representing moments of time in a constructive form that humanity can relate to as individuals and collectively. But it's also a kind of metaphor for evolution. And looking back over astrological patterns over the last 10 millennia, which we've now got the ability to do with, obviously, technology, it could be said, even though I can't say this objectively, but I can say it dispassionately and statistically, that this current time represents one of the 2 or 3 biggest periods of concentrated astrological pattern intensity that there's been for millennia. And that the period essentially since the Neptune-Pluto conjunction in the late 1890s, early 1900s, has been the most escalatory and evolutionary time, astrologically speaking, ever, as far as humanity is concerned. Of course, this coincides with the escalation of population, technology, and hopefully spirituality as well. And it points to some type of endgame scenario at some stage in the future, some point of resolution to the end of the cycle. There's just no way that a spiral can continue to go up before reaching such a point of refinement that it disappears. So it does seem that astrologically, the time of just the last 20 years has been the sort of maximum gear speed. And that even the last couple of years, with the Uranus-Pluto square, the recent Grand Cross, has now led us to a time where it's almost as if the freneticism, the immediacy, the urgency, the manicness of the majority of humanity at this time is of a nature that's never been seen before and probably never can be again, because it is unsustainable. On the one hand, there are a lot of people going down. There's a lot of people not able to cope, and in various different ways they're going down. There's other people who are changing very fast in the face of pressure and doing their best to adapt to ever-changing circumstances, and some of them are coming true. That's the nature of change. It's almost Darwinist. The point of all this is that whilst, as long as there are humans on planet to recognize the positions of planets in the sky, there will always be astrology. There will always be the desire to find meaning in pattern. But looking ahead over the coming hundreds of years, of course, there are further cycles and times of immediacy and urgency, but nothing quite like what we've been through in recent decades and over this last century. Not really. The odd 5-year spurt, but that's it. And this does suggest that where we are now collectively as a species and individually is at the peak of potential for some type of consciousness shift or transcendence, or some type of sudden decline and fall. Astrologically speaking, it's possible to compare the events of recent months, the last 6 months on the Grand Cross, to some type of final positioning. And more and more now, I'm beginning to look at the new moon on July the 26th as some type of final trigger. More and more, in all the readings I'm doing for individuals, I'm saying to them, Let's get you to August, and then 90% of the challenges this year are over. It's imminence. But this is not just a normal trigger that's coming. There is something big, big coming. And I don't think we're even really able to conceive of it yet. Everyone's feeling it. There's this sense of not trepidation, and not quite anticipation. Somewhere between the two, there's a sense of imminence coming. Can't wait. Okay, catch you later. Bye.